Hello everyone, welcome to a new theory video on the Pokemon Grafaiai. So, I'm gonna get straight into this as there is so much that I need to talk about for this Pokemon. It has a lot of possibilities that we just don't know of yet. So, let's just get straight into it without any further delay. Starting off with Pokeballs and Grafaiai, which makes no sense right now as, I know you're probably thinking, how did those two work together? Yeah, you can throw Pokeballs at it, that's obvious. Not just that, I think that, well, as you know, depending on the diet, Grafaiai's paint is different. So what if, in the Paldea region, someone has, discovered different diets which could help it paint Pokeballs to look like different Pokeballs, and they'd be acknowledged as those Pokeballs. I'm not saying it'll be able to paint your regular Pokeballs into Master Balls before you catch anything. More like, say for your starter, you don't want it in a regular Pokeball because it's a special Pokemon. You don't want it in a Pokeball, you want it in something special. For me, I really wish I could have my starter in a Premier Ball. So, the person who has the Grafaiai will say, okay, so this diet would be able to make your regular Pokeball into a Premier Ball. And what you would do is you would just find the stuff needed, and then give it to that NPC who would then give it to their Grafaiai. Then you'd also give them the Pokeball and then the paint the Pokeball, which would either go by a cutscene or just a flash, black to back. Basically just a flash of black and then screen back on again. So yeah, that's the first thing that I talked about, and yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say for it. I think that's really all you can really discuss on that. So the next thing is also not really that big, but I think cameras are coming back. They've mentioned cameras a bit too much with Grafaiai, of it being scared of cameras. You don't just say that with no actual further meaning. Well, maybe you do, but that's just a bit random. So we're just gonna assume it means something different because they seriously can't just go, oh yeah, cameras, we're not doing anything with cameras, we just want to talk about cameras because, yeah. I mean, I suppose it could also be hinting at a new Snap update, but let's pretend for a minute it's not that, and it's to do with Scarlet and Violet, and there's a mini game where you can capture Pokemon on a camera, and maybe the camera guy's back from Hogwarts over XMY, because I really loved XMY, how you could take a picture of your team in front of the Pokemon League. That was such a cool feature. And well, we've seen that you can have all your Pokemon out at once, so that could have actually been a minor hint to that feature being added for Scarlet and Violet. But obviously until they say otherwise or until the games come out, we don't know. And then the final thing I want to discuss, because the other thing I was going to discuss has already been discussed enough, being about it getting an exclusive move. But yeah, that actually no. Wait, no, ignore me. Just one more thing. Because everyone's talking about a new move, depending on the berry it's holding. Or maybe Eaton or just anything. But no one's discussed a new ability. Now I know the Pokemon site does give it two abilities. But for all we know, there could be a secret third ability. Based on the whole its diet changes thing. And I'm thinking there is. And the ability's name, I'm not sure what they'd call it, to be honest. But what it would do is basically, depending on the super effective berry it's holding, or even eaten, its normal type would change. I don't know whether they're going to get with given, eaten, or like you basically just use it, kind of like a memory. Well, no, because memories are hold items actually. So yeah, we'll just go with it's holding that then. So maybe there's a third ability where if you give it, say, a Passion Berry, which usually for Pokemon weak to water would be able to take water type moves better. So perhaps if you give it a Passion Berry with the ability that we'll just, I guess we can just call type change for now. I don't think that's an ability. But yeah, for now we'll just call it type change because, yeah, I can't think of anything great right now. But yeah, so it has type change and it's holding a Passion Berry. Now it is poison water, not poison normal. That's how I think it would work. And I think that would be a great ability to give it. Like, it deserves something because you're giving it a boring type. Like, yes, it's new, it's a new type, but it's a boring type. Like, normal is just boring in general. Like, there are cool normal types, but they're not necessarily always strong. So some way of making it strong would be to make it so it can change its type. And then, I mean, even with the How Berry thing, you could make it a pure poison type. Or you can make it poison psychic. You could make any combination with the poison type with that Pokemon. If they give it that ability. Which would be pretty insane and would be great for the meta, to be honest. If it don't get kicked out of VGC if it has that ability, because yeah, I can imagine they would ban that. It's pretty overpowered. But then again, they did allow legendaries, so I guess you never know. Anyway, that's all we have to talk about on Grafaiai. So make sure to like and subscribe. If you're interested in future theories, that will be on this channel every Thursday. Well, every 2 Thursdays. So, like I know previously I've been doing it every Thursday, but from now on, it's going to be every 2 Thursdays. Unless I just have a lot of theories, which will only be affecting October, November, when it's coming close to Scarlet and Violet, and obviously I'll need to pump out the theories because when Scarlet and Violet come out, that's it. The theories are confirmed and denied, so I can't really do it then. Anyway, yeah, that's all for today. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the shadows.